Hello everyone and welcome back to CareerQ, a place to curate your career. In our previous video, I talked about the 3 months of training program that happens within Capgemini and in today's video, I intend to tell you about what happens after you have completed those 3 months of training program. That is, when you are after your training put on bench, how you give your project interviews, and then how you work on projects, how you get onboarded into a project. So these kind of things, this process or this workflow, that is what I'm about to share in today's video. So before starting today's video, I would like to say that I have seen you guys ask your queries, but you do not subscribe to the channel. Your subscription gives me the motivation to build this content for you. Please subscribe to the channel so that even I get this motivation to build this content for you. With that, let's get started. So after you get your 3 months of training, all of you will be put on bench, okay? And from the very first day, if not the very first, then second or third day, you will be starting to receive calls from the different projects for different requirements, asking for your skill sets and for your knowledge on which projects you have worked and those kind of things. And so there will be a telephonic round, and then there will be and then if you are able to pass that telephonic round, then there will be this face-to-face interview. So what they ask in these interviews is mostly related to the technologies on which you were trained in the 3 months and what you have learned. Also they might ask you about the project. In the project section, when they ask, you have to talk about the 2 projects that I told you in that video. So if you have not watched this video, then you might not be able to link what I am saying. So I put a link in the description box so that you just go and watch that video, so that you're able to connect the dots, because these 2 processes are more or less related to one another. Okay, so continuing, this is what they ask when they call you in an interview, when they call you over the phone, or when they call you face to face. Also, all they want to know is whether you have been skilled in the respective domain in which their requirement is, and whether you'll be able to work in that. And also if not, then are you completely in a different domain, and do they require to give you another set of training or so on and so forth. So these are some kind of things that they want to understand from you, and that is why they call. So these interviews are not really tough. They are just like knowing your particular skill sets and what you are more confident on, and then they will tell you that your day-to-day responsibilities, in that you will have to work on these technologies, if you're willing to work on them, if you're confident on them, and so those kind of things. And they might ask you some technical questions as well, like maybe like as I said, mine was Java and cloud technology. So they asked me about these cloud questions and what the S3 database is, and a lot of those kind of questions. So these things they do ask. Okay, so that is what the interview looks like. But what I would say is that there are ample of projects in Capgemini. That is what I have seen. Most of the people in my batch was placed within the first month of the bench. Even I personally got into a project in the first 15 days. So in the project that I was taken, there was also, as I said, so there were 2 rounds and both were face to face. This was a bit different. There were 2 rounds and both were face to face. Firstly, the consultants and the senior consultants and manager, they took my interview, and in the second phase, the team lead took the interview. So there were 2 rounds of interviews, and as I've already discussed, it was just basically discussing about my skill sets and what I was trained on, and whether I'll be able to do this kind of job or not. Second thing that I really liked about Capgemini, it's the smooth transitioning that they give. Okay, so I was not directly put into the project. Firstly, I was put as a shadow resource. So this is one concept that Capgemini follows of shadowing in a project. In that, what you do, you are put into the project as a shadow. You are not introduced to the clients, but you are forwarded the mails and you are forwarded the invites, and you are getting all the updates in the meetings. You attend the meetings just as a mute participant. You just listen to them, and you learn how to handle those things and how to handle those responsibilities. Also, what if there is some task, then it is first given to you, and you are to sit on it, to work on it, and then you submit that task back to your managers or to your seniors. They again look into it. If you have done it correctly, then it is forwarded to the client. Even while doing, you might get stuck. So they give you the knowledge, the right kind of knowledge, or what you need to do, what can be done in that situation. And if you're wrong also, what was the correct method. So these are the things, you are actually working in the project, but as just as their shadow. Okay, your name doesn't come in the first. You are not the one who will be taking the responsibilities. However, you are the one learning. You are the one performing the tasks. Okay, so in this way you actually learn a lot of the insights. You learn how to work in the project, you learn how to speak with the clients, and how to present in the meetings, and there are a lot of things that you learn. So it really, this shadowing in a project really puts you in the corporate picture entirely, and throws the pressure out of you, and you know that okay, these are the responsibilities, and if I don't do this way, then this might happen. So there are a lot of things that you get to learn when you are in the shadow. So this was something that I received, but I heard that most of my friends didn't receive this. I was also said to reverse shadow. That is, I was after getting the trainings or after learning whatever I have, I was told by my team lead to create a presentation, okay, of whatever I have learned within this in this shadow period. Okay, what are the points that I was not knowing previously and now I know? What are the benefits? What are some things that again I feel that could have been done? So there are a lot of things. I had to create a full PPT, not very long, 2 to 3 slides of presentation, but in that I had to jot down each and every point that I had learned when I was in this shadow phase. Okay, and when I was presenting this, they can ask me. Okay, they were asking. It was kind of a viva. It was kind of a reverse shadowing. It might be different for different business units and different project requirements as well. So say for example, there is one person who has to immediately leave and you are the one joining, then you might not get a chance to even become a shadow. Okay, because since the person has to immediately leave, you will have to immediately take over his or her responsibilities and you have to start working. So these kind of things also happened to some of my other friends, but that was not the case for me. My transitioning was very smooth, but this can again differ with respect to the project responsibilities and the project deadlines and the business units and the type of manager and team leads. Okay, so that was what I had to share with you all in this video. That is what shadowing in a project means. So that's it for now. If you like today's session, put a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, queries, concerns, drop a comment. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. That was CareerQ. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.